Wasn't gonna make a video this morning. Here at that Tyson factory in butt fuck nowhere. And I was taking notes so I could plan accordingly for what's gonna go down. And I was listening to YouTube actually. And I keep coming across pseudo woke people, even people I favor. And within those people that I favor, I'm finding some of them, not all, but some of them, despite who and what they are, what they subscribe to, they have a hint of bullshit in it. It's not all of them, but it's a hint of bullshit. And Kendrick said it best on one of his albums, I forgot. I think Mr. Morales or some shit like that. Future told you to get the money up, but he is not your savior. That kind of shit. Like, we're looking for inspiration outside of our salvation. We're not trying to make it spiritual, or even though everything's spiritual. But there's a deeper point to this. Like, I'm taking notes and I'm planning and I'm looking and I'm listening to it. I'm not gonna say a name or anything. It's like, it just serves it as a distraction. It's like an observation, but it's not helpful in any manner. Like, it's like, hey, news report, it's raining outside, and you're outside in the rain. Like, and I see how it correlates with certain people. Like, everything links up and connects. Like, say, I'm just going about my business. I drive. I'm forced to interact with certain people, and they make it seem like it's some kind of high school celebrity popularity show, and I just try to make things fun or funny or exciting for certain types of people, and then I get some weird ass reaction to it. It's like, okay, and there's no way to tell who's who because a lot of y'all look the same, but we're not the same. So, say, oh, okay, I realize you're one of those kind of weirdos. I have to go about this energy thing different. Then you realize, oh, it's a whole energy circle. Like, you go in a certain area, you go into certain states, you go into certain parts of cities, you go into even certain buildings and certain establishments. They have different energy centers that allow normal flow. You have a fluctuation. You have ones that are positive. You have a lot more than the ones that are negative. The ones that are negative is I started making my way up north. And I find this up north a lot. It's kind of weird. But, like, it's a weird popularity show for Lord knows who. So, I disregard it and I go about my business. And then I'm realizing I see it everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm like getting surrounded by birds everywhere I go. It's kind of interesting. But with that same realization, it's like, okay, I'm like, y'all are like pseudo begging for attention. And that's weird. And the more I take my attention away and I focus on what's important, which is me and what I'm having going on, the more you flaunt in my face, like, see, I'm important, or hey, look at this. And even women that aren't sexy are trying to play in that sexy appeal, or these men that are trying to buff their chest up and walk right in a certain area. And I think this leads back to the whole matrixing. Your energy goes where your attention flows, and they're trying to siphon off that energy. It's weird. But while I was writing and planning things down and giving my energy to what I'm supposed to, And certain people, like, there's a few people, even in the negative zone, like, say, out of every 10, there's like 2 people that are positive, and they understand it's like, okay, you're not here for the bullshit. You're here for your progression and growth and strength. And none of these things are even appealing to you because you see something way better, and it's just within reach. And then I stopped taking notes, and I took notes on something else that I spiritually need to remember. And I'm like to share that with you too. We all are conditioned to have this wound in society. If it's not from birth, it's from very young or as early as possible that you can be accessed. And I've noticed that the Matrix does this to everybody. I've referenced this to other people, and people can relate on a spiritual level, but they don't understand that the wound is purposely not allowed to heal. It's an internal wound, not a visible one. It's a visible one, you can see it. Enemies don't strike visibly. Even boxers don't strike visibly. They strike strategically, but strikes mentally first. And then they defeat you on the physical realm. Some Sun Tzu shit that I'm not going to go too deep into. Let's not lose the purpose. The wound is needing, well, a lot of people, for the bare minimum base start level, is needing approval and acceptance. And people like to say, oh, I don't need your acceptance and I don't need approval. I'm my own man or I'm my own woman. Well, look at it like this. You say you are, but do you do things that may be embarrassing but still envelop you and push you forward? You buy things to impress people. Like, this is why I call myself Mr. Dirty. Making Fight Club. You buy things that you don't need to impress people you don't like. And that don't like you. That actually probably hate you and want you dead. Not directly, but indirectly, and some people even directly. Like, even your friends will kill you. We're in that age. And once you get past that level, okay, I don't need to, and I've actually detached things that are holding me back. Well, there's another level to that proven acceptance. That's what I'm saying. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Doing things that people don't understand, but you understand. And you were fully invested in it, regardless of how you look or however things play out. That's a level of detachment from the people that have no approval or acceptance, but you seek approval and acceptance from. Like, reality doesn't approve and accept you. Accept them. And you want to be accepted by the people that reality itself doesn't approve. Most people barely are making it financially, but everybody works. But you want approval from that, mentally and physically. So you follow suit. You see what I'm saying? Or spiritually, or mentally, or health-wise. All these things apply. Now, we're going to go to the next level. Needing understanding, especially from those that have none, that have no understanding. People that want to stay stupid, you want to be accepted by, and you need to be understood by people that are stupid. You see how stupid that is? You, in turn, become stupid by not identifying who's stupid. And there's many forms of stupid. There's stupid health-wise, there's stupid financial-wise, there's stupid with your occupation of your time, which is pretty much the basis of all of our existences on this third dimensional plane. And they're stupid on the spiritual realm too. If you haven't taken a tally of where you're divvying your energy to, that's a problem. And that leads back to the first step, like your approval for acceptance. You see how this all connects, right? Now, where I stopped it off, because I didn't want to drag it on too much, because I'm trying to get back to the physical realm of notes and planning and plotting. And eventually I'll make a little funny diagram. It's kind of easy for everybody to grasp too, like I said I would. Needing common sense, freedom, help, God, or salvation from people that don't have common sense, freedom, help, God, God's help, or salvation. Like, you want, again, common sense leads to understanding. Or even people that don't have common sense. But hey, I want you, let's work as a team. And this is heartbreaking, but it's true. Like, my people need to come into understanding. My people is not just only color, but you're gonna start to color, because let's keep it real. We know what it is out here. And if you don't, you're probably the enemy. You know, like, so more than likely you are, knowingly or unknowingly. But even amongst my own people, you are also the fucking enemy. Like, you don't have common sense that if we don't use group economics, just like everybody else uses group economics now, God has given us more grace than others, because obviously if other people don't use group economics, they will perish. We still exist, even though we should have perished a long time ago. And so not only we need to give thanks and gratefulness to God every single day as a group, we need to work together as a group to push things forward and push our emotions and our ignorance aside. But we as a group, generally speaking, lack common sense. We're awakening for some reason, partially. Maybe there's a time and toll for it. But that's an issue I have. And like I said, this is not just only for color, but I am addressing color first and foremost. There's many different types of my people. Freedom. The average person is a debt slave. Most people don't even know what money is or debt, but they cure a lot of it. I forgot the word, I'm not pronouncing it exactly right now. But yeah, they have no freedom. And then the little freedom they do have, they give it away for more things to be enslaved by. Television, things that kill you slowly or quickly, so on and so on. People that fill the list of the other numbers I've mentioned. Help. People can't give help because they don't help themselves. And they definitely are so devilish inside. A lot of people, this is why I like to be introverted. Not because I'm scared of you bitch ass niggas, or I'm scared of you weird ass niggas, I'm scared of you double-minded motherfuckers. And that's not everybody. But I'm just saying, I'm not scared of interacting and bumping and coming across any things that are distasteful to my normal preference. It's that I'm introverted because not only you won't help yourself and you won't help others, you delight in destruction, even if it's your own self. And here's how you know it's not about hatred. I've learned this first and foremost with my own family. And this goes back to the other lesson. My people are notorious, a lost tribe in America. We're notorious for having this. Notorious. That also links to God. That's scratch my face. This also links to God. We wouldn't have this if we had any semblance of God in our lives. I'm not seeking perfection, but I'm seeking effort. And I'm pretty sure God is seeking that too. In salvation, that goes hand in hand with God. And we can take it on the physical realm of salvation. Attempts of doing right by yourself. You can't drink water without any form of container, even if it's your own hands. If you refuse to bring your hands to your face to eat of what's good or drink of what's good, to consume anything of what's good, even in the most minuscule amount, eventually you are what you eat, so you become pure poison. This happens on a mental and physical realm too. And it happens slowly and quickly. If you're being poisoned quickly, if you're being burned or something, you're gonna jump back, you're gonna react. The devil knows this, he's not foolish. These tactics are heavily used on the average people. And the more you become aware of it, the more you be rejected by it. But then again, you should despise personally people that are pre-programmed to be poisonous and ingest poison. Like you should, literally on the physical realm. Here's how it goes. There's a video I just posted on my IG where a husband got the vaccine and a woman did it, and then she got a case of this is basically a disease from having sex with her husband raw, that her heart now is weakened from that disease. It starts with the M. It's like swelling inside and around the heart, and that's from taking the COVID vaccine. Like, this is literally physical poison from Pfizer. Sponsored by Pfizer. Kind of bullshit. Like, you are literally getting fucked to death because you're an idiot, and because your allegiance to idiots, and your acceptance by idiots, and your love for idiots. And you should be diametrically opposed and pushed away with your magnetism away from people that are idiots. It is fine that they despise you, even instinctively. you pray that they despise you. And you should be more aware of why they despise you so you can move even further away. You don't want their spiritual stench on you. That's for the ones that are woke. Like, I don't want, like, there's people that are fine with slow or quick dying or medium speed dying and not progressing in life. You're more than likely you're not going to ever see the video. Very few people even watch any of my videos anyways. But if things kick up, and things do tend to kick up randomly out of nowhere, like SoundCloud music I've done, and then all of a sudden people start listening to it or some shit. People always come around later when I gain ground in a different area, and they try to backtrack and view certain things. It's weird. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for anything. I probably even do this just for documentation. So if I do want to do this and put it in a diagram for people that actually think and people that actually want to fully embrace who they actually are, then the core before society got its like rubby little hands on you. This is probably the reason why I'll be doing it, just so I can document, so I can create a very simple, easy to follow diagram, not only for myself, which I'm doing right now, but one that's customizable for everybody to follow and run through. Like, hey, today, what have I done for myself versus what have I done for God and what have I done for the world? Let's put a check mark in each, and you realize that you've abandoned God and you've abandoned yourself, and you've catered to the world most of the days of your life, and you'll find it quite disgusting because these people not only hate you, but the only thing they hate more than you is themselves. Anyway, Steve Omega, out.